Hey there, everyone, and welcome to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, the after show. As you can notice, things are a little different. Anastasia and Joy are out sick, but we are joined by Stephanie Tate. A day later, but I guarantee you twice the discussion and theories in the normal amount of time. So we had a lot in this episode. All of the plot lines kind of merged into one, and there's just a ton to talk about. So, Stephanie,
yes.
Initially, thoughts on the show, this episode, what did you think?
This episode was fantastic. I like how it's finally coming together because the season, while so much stronger than last season, was feeling a little disjointed at times. I was like, okay, I know this is going somewhere, but what the heck does Ward have to do with anything? Why is he even back? You know.
Well, it's all connected.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How very Marvel.
But before we can get to Ward and any of that stuff, let's talk, the show starts with Coulson and Rosalind. And last week, fans who are shipping Coulson and Rosalind initially got that little bit of joy before it was crushed and taken away from them.
So Marvel.
But Coulson taking, totally playing her. What did you? I thought it was awesome.
Was it a play though?
It was what he said to Mac.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, I trust her, except that I'm a spy, and you know I don't trust her because you don't trust anyone.
Right, but do you think that was his initial thing? I think he sort of eventually was like, oh, I better pull back on this and be a spy, because I think he was actually really falling for her.
Well, but you remember what he said about Tahiti.
Right.
If she didn't know anyone in S.H.I.E.L.D, there was no way she would know about Tahiti.
Yeah, this is true.
So I think the moment she said that, he was skeptical.
Yeah, which is a shame.
And so the question though is, do you buy that she was being played by Gideon Malik?
Actually, I do.
Okay.
100%.
I agree. I'm right there with you. I think the pieces the story that they've told, it lines up with what Gideon has been involved in.
Yeah.
And I think I think it really is that she got played. She was so confident in who she was, she didn't think to second guess the people that are supporting her.
Well, and I think she's had to be so confident in who she is, and he manipulated that. He's so good at manipulating people.
Oh my gosh,
so he took a woman who had
brilliant.
to work so much harder than everybody else to get to where she was going to. So he knew he could play on that, well, I trust my gut kind of thing. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously, you know, I've worked so hard and I've gotten to such a high level, nobody would think to play me.
Yeah, I've gotten here because I've earned it.
Exactly.
Yes.
So I think it's 100% genuine.
So their little interaction in the safe box.
Oh, that broke my heart a little. Because we had to rewatch it. Because I was emailing with you when that scene was going on when I was watching it. It's heartbreaking.
When you get the realization she has been played,
yeah,
you're like, oh, Coulson, you came on pretty hard.
A little harsh, man.
But if she was Hydra, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, she's also a human being. So he was really going for the guts.
Okay. People who work for Hydra aren't human beings.
They're superhuman beings.
Or
inhumans. What?
Okay, but we're sticking with the main team right now. Talking a little more romance on this episode.
Oh,
that super awkward kiss that everyone was craving between Fitz and Simmons.
Were we craving it? I am with Fitz, and then I think the universe does not want them to get together.
Exactly. But he was at his breaking point.
Yeah, but it was weird and aggressive and gross. It was like, you're pushing her against a table? Get some manners.
That may be the first time he's ever kissed somebody.
Oh, bless his heart. I bet it is.
I mean, based on what we know of their relationships and dating history.
What do we really know about their dating history? I mean...
He basically said it it's like, they've been next to each other the entire time.
Yeah.
They've always had this connection. Yeah. When they finally realize it, neither is willing to act on it, and then the universe gives them the middle finger.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like, literally takes her into another dimension, another
first,
planet.
Ward tries to kill him,
Yeah.
and he gets, his brain messed up, which, it's been a couple weeks, so he's fine now. And then she goes and is working undercover at Hydra. And then, other side of the galaxy.
You know what I just figured out? I figured out why it's so awkward.
Why?
Because of his brain trauma.
You think he's still suffering?
No offense to anybody with brain trauma, it's not a laughing matter. But in this case, ABC, Marvel, I think it's the brain trauma. Because that was bad. That was like there's bad, and then there's like Fitzsimmons kiss bad.
It was pretty awkward. But again, I chalk it up to he has no experience in the dating game.
But then after, like, he pulled away, she kind of looked at him with these doe eyes and then moved in for a kiss. It's like, okay. No, I don't buy it.
She is conflicted. The man that she finally realizes she's loved her entire life.
Yeah.
And her summer romance.
Stick with the summer romance.
Okay. So I'll be interested to see what everyone else thinks. If you're watching live on YouTube, make sure to join the conversation, hop in the chat, and tweet us at the hashtag AOSAS.
Yeah, tell me I'm wrong.
Tell her she's wrong, guys.
Tell me I'm wrong.
So let's talk about then the rest of the team, which was finally doing spy stuff.
Finally.
They were all had a part. They all had something cool to do, and the people you would have thought might have been a team weren't a team. Like Hunter was a loose cannon, yet they still sent him in.
With May.
Well, no, that was Lincoln who went with May.
Or Lincoln. Right, Hunter and Bobby.
Yeah, Hunter and Bobby.
Sorry, mixed up my blondes.
This may have been the best spy moment for them in a long time, maybe the entire show.
It was very Alias.
Well, it was like, okay, we're hacking it. We've got them talking in his ear. Everyone's, all these moving parts, and it just felt cool.
And Bobby finally got to be Bobby.
You mean awesome and kick-ass?
Yeah, and a spy, because that's the thing about Mockingbird. She was never superhuman. We were introduced to her in the comic books because before I think it was Kazam, we were reintroduced to her because she was helping Nick Fury find all the agents who were corrupt within S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
So she's a super spy. So now she got to be a super spy.
And she got cool tech.
Oh my gosh.
So that fight, very cool. And Hunter, even though we know he can fight, pretty much useless in that
Which
regard.
was perfect.
Which was great, because Bobby is the better fighter. She's the more experienced fighter, and she went toe-to-toe with the guy with the powers.
Yeah, she's the cleaner fighter.
Yes. Hunter is sloppy.
So sloppy.
But you have to give him credit for his infiltration skills as the hacker who knows nothing about hacking, but refuses to give up, and he's talking the ear off that guy.
Oh, he was great. And I loved that his t-shirt. There we go. Damn the Yanks. More of a Redcoats fan.
It's
terrible.
I haven't verified this, but apparently his costume and a lot of that was a play on the Mr. Robot show.
Nice.
Which apparently the guy who's the head of the ATCU IT department, when we first see him and the kind of warning goes off that the homing signal was sent out, apparently they're talking about Mr. Robot.
Ah,
so I think the
nice.
writers might be fans of the show.
Nice.
So
nice callback.
But yeah, everyone else in there doing their part, doing great. May, another kind of.
Oh my God.
May's an emotional roller coaster.
I love what they're doing with May because she always. And I get why they did it. She was a very shallow character where they would be like, oh, she's so mysterious, but then never go into why she was so mysterious. So now they gave her something new so they can actually delve into it. They gave her a grounding agent, even though, unfortunately, as happens to a lot of female characters, it has to be a love interest. But it's interesting. It's interesting because the two of them were intellectual equals. So to find out he was hiding something, and then he's taken away from her, and then she's put in a position with the man who helped trap him. And
she's put in a position where she had to decide that she was willing to kill him.
Yes.
I can't even imagine that decision. So the silent treatment she's giving him, just the emotional turmoil is
Well,
evident.
I don't think it's necessarily a silent treatment so much as she just can't. And I think that makes it even more powerful because she's so emotionally distraught. She's taken to a level that she cannot comprehend because she can normally categorize everything, compartmentalize everything. You know, I do this and here are my emotions, but she can't do that anymore. So what does she do? She just falls silent. Like that moment when we see her walk into the compound, you know, and it's just all over her face.
Yep.
It's so great. I love what they're doing with their character.
They are really kind of expanding and broadening who she is, and that's fantastic. But now we got a ton of exposition, and I'm actually a really big fan of how they delivered it for Hydra and Ward and everything there. First of all, Ward is sick. He is messed up. He got so much joy out of killing those guards.
He's got issues.
He's got issues.
Someone needs to give him a hug.
You go ahead. I'm going to keep my distance.
I will let you do that. You're welcome.
Yeah, there he is, getting ready to...
Oh, bless him.
Yeah.
I had to admit, though, as disgusting as it was, when he was like, I love that sound of the blowtorch. I'm like, that's gross, but kind of cool.
Well, I think it really does show just how kind of sadistic he is. He takes pure joy out of what he's doing.
Yeah, in the little things.
Yeah,
he takes joy in the little things.
That's how you know he gets a lot out of life.
Yeah, he's all about smelling roses and blowtorches.
But so the big thing in all this exposition, we find out the history, at least in broad sense of terms, of Hydra.
Ancient history of Hydra.
Ancient history. And that is straight from the comics. There was a 2010 series just called S.H.I.E.L.D, which really kind of blew up the whole background of S.H.I.E.L.D and what it was, and it ties into ancient Egypt, the Third Dynasty, and the very first alien invasion by the Brood, which we will never see in the MCU because they're related to the X-Men. But
oh no!
yes,
no.
But they were the invasion was stopped by Imhotep.
As it would be.
As you know, like it does.
Like
Conveniently, he was helped by Insabanur, who is Apocalypse, and the very first guy to be Moon Knight.
I didn't know that he was helped by the first Moon Knight.
Yeah, very first Moon Knight. But two brotherhoods were split from this. You had the Brotherhood of the Shield, which obviously became Shield, and then you had the Brotherhood of the Spear, which was more interested in delving into all the different facets of human civilization, and that is what became Hydra. And so the evolution of that logo is what you see there, and that's what they're talking about. So, really crazy stuff. Good read though if you're interested. That's the 2010 S.H.I.E.L.D.
Good stuff.
We also though found out why the obelisk has holes in it.
Yes.
They were taking samples.
Oh my goodness.
And apparently making sure that there was more ways for people to get back to that planet.
I'm not gonna lie, even though I'm married to a VFX artist and the VFX of that are kind of kitschy, I love whenever it goes from solid to liquid and you kind of see it. And then it goes back to solid.
I'm still waiting for a really, really thorough explanation of that. I don't know that they haven't given me anything that I'm satisfied with. I know people out there will say, oh, it's been talked to, they've dealt with it, but I think there's more to it.
Can't you just be satisfied with the great special effects, Bryan?
No, I cannot.
You ask for too much.
I do ask for a lot. You know what? That's my job.
It'll be interesting to see how many there are, though, because he was talking about all of his different, not storage units, what's the word I'm looking
Vaults.
for? Vaults.
Yes.
He's talking about all of his different vaults.
All the Von Strucker vaults. And
so it makes you wonder.
Well, it also begs the question, what else do they have?
Right.
I mean,
he said he was interested in alien technology.
Yeah.
So obviously he's been accruing this for centuries.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting. I don't know if it'll play anytime soon, but I would be curious.
I also want to know if they bring all the pieces into one space when they go into liquid form, when they re-solidify, do they become one?
Yes. Yes, they do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just going out on a limb saying yes, they do.
As I was saying, this
the
is
official
what
answer.
You've heard it here first.
But the biggest thing we get in this backstory is that the character on planet Will, the alien, whatever it is an Inhuman. And that Will was sent there by either as a liaison of Hydra or just as basically a sacrifice for Hydra. But we now know that alien is an Inhuman. And there's been a lot of speculation, but I think the most likely candidate is an Inhuman who goes by the name of the Unspoken.
Because his name's been redacted.
Yes, his name is no longer in the Inhuman record. He was overthrown by Black Bolt and the royal family, and they struck him from all history. No one was allowed to say his name. A very powerful Inhuman. He basically can control Terrigenesis at will if he's near crystals, and he can change his shape.
And he can take other people's powers.
Seems like a pretty likely candidate.
I have a different theory.
Nope. I don't want to hear it. My theory's right, but go ahead.
I think it at least has the potential to be Maximus. Maximus the Mad.
Maximus the Mad. For those who don't know who that is Black Bolt's brother. The only reason that I am 100% saying it can't be that is he's such a prominent figure in the Inhuman story that he has to be in the movie.
But they're having so much crossover. Remember when they had Lady Sif come down and
but
Lorelai? Well, Lorelai's not in the movies yet, although they should have more.
I don't think there's that weird little tension between the movies and the TV shows, and I don't think they're going to let the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. introduce a main character that's going to be in the movie.
But the series is obviously following more of the Inhumans 2014. And yes, you have, name redacted, the unspoken one, come in and, okay, I don't want to spoil anything, but he does come in, he becomes a prominent figure, but so's Maximus.
Right, but things aren't exactly going that line. So.
Well, right. I mean,
I'm just
Flash
saying
is something completely different now, which I'm disappointed about.
Right, but it just seems, he seems like too big of a character for them to be allowed to introduce on the show.
I can understand that,
So,
yeah. But the mind control?
It fits.
The ability to move stuff? He's
Except
in Black Magic.
Except from a property management point of view.
Right, yeah, but...
Anyway, so we will be right back. So get us your questions in the chat and make sure to tweet us on Twitter. But we'll be right back after this commercial.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, this is for you.
I love it. That was freaking love it.
Oh my God.
I didn't see any of this coming. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah?
I was like,
How did you get here? No.
Like, kill him. Kill him. Definitely kill him. We're cool.
Shade. Shade left and right, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies, let's put your 2 cents in.
Rubbed me the wrong way and the right way.
but you were like, well, we want to know what's gonna happen.
That was cute.
We just want to say we love you all. Thank you so much for your support. You are all seriously the best in the world.
Another beautiful summer at theStream.tv, y'all.
Here we go, guys.
Thank you for being here. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Hey guys, welcome back. And now we are going to dive into what you guys are saying, what you think, your questions. And we're going to start off with Twitter. So first, this is from Justin Reese 24. He said he wants. So he's talking about Gideon Malik, and he said he wants an Inhuman army. Thoughts?
Who doesn't
who
want an
wouldn't want
Inhuman army?
I know, right? But yes, he wants an army for whoever this is on the other planet.
Maximus.
The unspoken. Just be quiet and be unspoken about it.
Maximus.
But yeah, who wouldn't want an army? Especially if there are people who are willingly going through this.
Oh man, I would sign up.
There's a possibility you might die from taking this fish oil, but go ahead.
Cool.
I actually
cool.
think
Do
that
it.
anytime I'm about to take fish oil.
As you should.
Yeah. Next, this is from J. Matthew Barnes. Could Will, Simmons' extraplanetary love interest, be Hydra? A lot of people, I think a lot of people are split on this.
Oh, I think it's obvious.
I really want him to be Hydra.
I really want him to be Hydra.
The Fitzsimmons shippers really want him to be Hydra.
Well, here's the thing. Why would he have signed up to do this if he didn't so completely believe in everything that he was working towards? And in order to be working towards something, he would have to know that it was Hydra.
Well,
right?
and I will say, the story he told Simmons doesn't match his bio.
It's shady.
In those documents that Fitz found, if you stare at the screenshot for long enough, and
As you did.
as I did, it shows he's a scientist.
Yeah.
So, and he never admitted to that, acknowledged that Hydra would only send scientists if they're going to try and get this guy back, this alien back from the other planet.
He's so obviously Hydra. And I think he didn't want Simmons to see him or meet him, not because he was trying to save her, but because he knew that her people were probably trying to get her back, and he didn't want the identity of the Inhuman on the planet to be found out so she could take it back.
Yeah, he probably wasn't expecting anyone else. He had probably very specific instructions, like, we're not going to send anyone else through for a while. So.
Or kill everybody, and then you're the only person, and then eventually when we open up the portal, there's going to be an army.
Army of Inhumans. So, yes, we think he's Hydra. So, last Twitter, this is from Stephen D. Giampa. And this is to Anastasia, who's not here tonight, but it seems Fitzsimmons is meant to emotionally destroy us every week.
It's true.
And those accents, though.
You're right, Stephen
D. Giampa.
D. Giampa. You're right. They are.
Yeah, because if they don't have any real drama going on the show, they can always be like,
But love.
you know what? Hurt Fitz again.
And again.
And
And
again.
again, and again, and again, and again.
But have him still be the good guy.
But is he the good guy? I think there's an ulterior motive. I don't think he's 100% on the level of why he's doing this.
He's doing it because he's in love with her and he doesn't know how to still help her, but really doesn't want to get this guy back.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And Ward really loved Daisy.
Oh my gosh. Do you think Fitz is Hydra? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that.
So, thanks for those tweets, guys. Make sure if you are next week watching the show or just throughout the week, you can definitely interact with us at #AOSAS. But at the live chat, a lot of you... okay, let's see.
Oh boy.
We've got Slim 403rd. Mac is totally getting that shotgun axe combination by season's end. Shotgun axe needs to happen.
Yes.
I want to see it in like toy stores, like a Nerf shotgun axe.
Ah, me too, because then I can buy it.
Yes. So, #shotgun axe for life.
Done.
I don't know. Let's
start it.
But thank you guys for joining us this week. You know, it was a day later, but because it was, we had so much more to talk about because we let it percolate.
And it got you so much more excited.
Yes, blowing our minds. What did you guys think of this week's episode? Let us know in the comments. Tell us your theories on what's going on. Tell us if you agree with us. Is Will Hydra? Yeah, he is. And who do you guys think the big alien actually is? 'Cause
Maximus.
which Inhuman do you think he is, or which mutant that they're turning into an Inhuman?
Oh right, hadn't thought of that.
They may try and do something like that.
That'd be kind of cool.
But for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after show, I'm your host Brian. Stephanie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Don't forget to follow us, guys. There is no Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode next week, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you know when we're back, because we want you here every week for this riveting conversation. And #AOSAS. Bye, guys.
For more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. after show,
Be sure to hit that subscribe button and
Subscribe to theStream.tv.